am man.
Get your furry ass out of here. Hey, Mop Tip, go. Come on, go dust something.
I'm Francisco Marquez, and my role was the man in the music video Another World.
And my name is Evin Charles Anderson, and I am the director. I loved the song itself. I loved where it was going, just the flow of it and the feel and the unique beat that was implemented for it. And so with that, I just wanted to kind of capitalize on that and really try to play with, you know, something different, something that you don't usually see for a music video, at least up in the mainstream and so forth. You know, I was listening to it a lot, and you know, I was getting the little key words and phrases in there about like him talking about relationships, you know, and like the anxiety, the closing in, feeling kind of trapped. And I just thought, it just kind of dawned on me the association between that and Dante's Inferno, which is where I then came up with the concept of the music video. You know, both the song and the story of Dante's Inferno really worked well with it. I mean, in Dante's Inferno, you have a guy who his goal is to be with his beloved again, and so he goes through the 9 levels of hell, only to then make it to heaven to be with her. And you know, with the song, it's very much about this guy who's stuck in this type of hell, this, you know, in his own mind. You know, he's projecting it out onto the world around him, where it's just, you know, anxiety, depression. He doesn't feel like he belongs, and you know, this time the obstacle is himself. You know, and he has to try to work it out. And I think through the song, he's attempting to work it out. And so the idea behind the story of Man is that now, okay, we hear the artist trying to work it out. Now let's see someone actually trying to work it out. But let's put this kind of spin onto it of this surrealistic world, this kind of absurdism that's surrounding him. Because it's really all in his mind. He's projecting it out, and so then it really not only becomes himself against his environment, but himself against himself. For me, it just became kind of this thing of passion, where it's just like, yeah, I really want to see how I can manipulate the story of Dante's Inferno and put it into this kind of modern scheme, and of course, you know, throw you in there and see how you can fight through everything. You know, all those different obstacles, whether physical or just mentally, like processing everything and trying to figure out, okay, do I make choice A or do I make choice B? It's a story too that drove me because it's something that's relatable. It's, you know, you have that obstacle, that one goal, and you always try to go for it, but there always seems to be another roadblock and another roadblock. And then it's just like at the very end, it's like, okay, now that you're there, where do you go from there? Okay, I got here. This is what I've been looking for years, months, days, however long. Okay, now what? Crap.
Yeah.
I followed the map right. You know, this is where I'm supposed to go. Now what?
I mean, I could relate a lot to that, like you said, that feeling of feeling trapped, not knowing, and then going towards this goal or this thing, not knowing what's going to happen, and just taking that leap of faith. And that, the way you explained it on the phone was kind of like this. And I was excited after that, and I just wanted to delve right into it and see what would happen, because it's something I've never done before. So their whole Dante's Inferno concept was really cool.
Well, it's good to hear. I'm glad.
That whole thing leading to the end and following this thing, this goal, you know, whatever it is, and going through these obstacles. It's, to me, it was about taking that like leap of faith when we're constantly, you know, like you said, what do I do next? Procrastinating, not knowing, well, what am I gonna do? Should I go for this? Should I stay here even if this place isn't where I want to be? That's something that I think a lot of people relate to. So it was easy for me to kind of get into that zone, especially when you explained it so very well.
It's all about, with this music, because you don't have any dialogue. You know, we can't learn your character through that, except for through the words of the song, I guess, which you could consider man's dialogue or internal dialogue. You know, it's really about your responsiveness to the environment, to what's going on. And we needed to see that struggle, whether it's through the eyes, through muscle tension, just through your reaction to things, not even just action. And you seem to really bring that to life, which was really nice to see. I would get to the point where I would forget about framing and everything else and just be caught up because of your facial expressions and just how you would take in someone or something. And I know that one of my favorite moments actually from that was you're going down the stairs, going to the first floor, and you had to go around the corpsicles, the frozen people. And it was so funny, but it worked so well where you're just kind of like, okay, I don't want to touch that person. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this person. And yeah, you were just kind of bobbing and weaving. It was just perfect though, how it worked out. It was such a good response to it. Yeah, it just felt very natural. And I think that really relates to people. They need that naturalism within this absurdist type of world. I think if you were too big or unresponsive to everything, it wouldn't have done as well or gotten as positive a response as I've heard thus far for it.
Yeah, well, I think you guys did also a really good job with setting everything up, so that did feel that way. So it kind of made it like effortless in terms of how I'm like, I was walking and then I didn't have to think too much about how I'm gonna like react or anything. I was like, oh, there it is. Spontaneity of it.
Oh, you like the door slam?
Yeah, the door slam. I like that. I don't know when it's coming and it's boom. That was a real jump, by the way. And then like when we went down to the second floor and there's all the people there and you're like, give him a hard time. Don't let him go through there. Don't let him pass. So it actually, I was really going through these people and getting bumped around, shoulder shoved, grabbed onto, which, I had to take the hit for the team. I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I kept wondering why our gaffer Mike wanted to jump in so many times and just be like, no, I'll do the stand-in part. Let him rest. He looks tired. I'll do it.
I've never done anything where it's complete, I guess, silence on my part, or where I had like no lines at all. I mean, I've done roles where I don't talk too much, but so it was something new. So I definitely, it was a new experience, and I learned stuff about myself. It seemed like everybody got along, met a lot of cool people. There's no tension. It was just like hanging out, having fun, shooting. So, which is different from, like you said, a lot of times you go to these sets and everything's so hectic, and people just want to get stuff done, and they want to go home. So, it was a different vibe, Sit on the couch, put my feet up, and wait for my call. That was good.
Did some stretching, I think, too. Maybe a little bit of yoga in the corner, was that?
Yes, I like to center myself.
Namaste. Being one of the people also producing the piece, at representing Waverley Knobs, myself and Tatiana, that we want to create an environment that is welcoming to everyone, that everyone can work together, collaborate together, and we're not going to say that, oh my God, this is the best music video you're ever gonna see in your life. You can die after this and be set. But we want to put out something that's challenging to us, to the cast and crew, to the audience. We want to put out that story that really just makes people think.